What was your least favorite Wes Craven movie and why?
Now, there's a couple. Gosh, I'm gonna say it's tied between two.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The first one was what's that one? What's Serpent in the Rainbow?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've actually seen that. I thought that was pretty good.
I don't think Wes Craven. I'll say Music of the Heart because I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, Music of the Heart. That's the one.
I haven't seen it either.
That's the only movie he made that's not a horror movie.
Yeah, I'll say that one.
With Meryl Streep.
My Soul to Take. That's the worst one.
I actually kind of like My Soul to Take.
My Soul to Take on Blu-ray. I'll talk about that. That's one of my least favorites, and I'll tell you why. Because the trailer made it look so awesome and it kind of scary. And I saw it in theaters, and while I enjoyed it, I was kind of disappointed too because I'm like,
movie, and you go into the movie and it's not a slasher movie; it's more of a thriller.
And the writing is just so silly. I mean, it's very silly writing, especially with his sister, like the one that likes to beat up on him. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a couple times where she'll like kick him to the floor and like throw him at the wall. I'm like, so violent, girl, just violent. I know you've had like a really messed up house, but you're violent and you hate your brother. I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, and that was enough. Well, the dialogue in the movie is so which the dialogue was awesome in that movie. And then
it was.
Kelly Williamson wrote it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he wrote it.
Yeah. Well, see, the movies that Wes Craven really made, like he wrote Nightmare on Elm Street, like the original, and
that had great dialogue.
Yeah, and I mean he's written a lot of really great films, and he also wrote Red Eye.
Red Eye was great.
Yeah, Red Eye was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the dialogue between each character when they're talking, the timing's perfect. I mean, everything's great. When I first saw My Soul to Take, and I appreciate it now as one of those cheesy Wes Craven movies, but when I first saw it, there's literally scenes where you have, say, that blonde girl and her boyfriend, the guy you're not. Yes, and the other one's like, yeah. I mean, they don't even take a break. They just go right at it. And I'm like, that is terrible dialogue. Like, you don't even count it.
And they went back and they refilmed scenes. So that's why it doesn't feel quite, right. Because they're just refilming what they already filmed with a different actor. You know what I mean? Like, they're just redoing it over again. Basically.
It's just such a bizarre movie. Like it doesn't really make too much sense. It's just not a good movie.
It's like
I heard the 3D wasn't very good for it either because it was a post conversion. So
I would. Okay, there's two things. I wouldn't mind him remaking Deadly Blessing. I think that'd be kind of cool, just because a lot of people don't know it, and we were talking about remakes and how. If they remake a movie, like, fix some of the flaws that the movie does have. Like, there's the last 2 minutes of the movie, I like it, but, cut that out. Like, if you haven't seen the movie yet, I don't want to spoil it for you.
I gotta admit, the last few minutes of that film did remind me a little bit of Drag Me to Hell.
Yes, I would have cut that out. I would have cut that out and been pleased with, how they originally wanted to end. Do a slasher. It doesn't have to be Scream 5. It could be any, original slasher. But don't, make sure the script works well, and not make it like My Soul to Take, where it just seemed kind of sloppy at times. Make it a really good script. Concentrate on it. Make sure the editing is well done.
I know that he's probably going to do Scream 5 because Kevin Williamson wrote a script and Wes Craven said he's interested, but Scream 4 didn't do as well as he planned to do. But
I don't know why it didn't do so well. I
don't understand it either because I really like.
It was 10 years later, so even though we know Scream and maybe some die-hard horror movie fans know Scream, there could have been like a new generation through that 10 years that didn't really know Scream. like us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they could have saw this and been like, Scream 4, you know, what's this?
The movie is a million times better than the trailers.
I mean, they could have. I just don't think the movie was marketed very well at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have released it at another time. I think it was released around April, and that was kind of like around the Easter holiday. So I would have either released it in the summer, or maybe in
Kevin Williamson writing a script for Scream 5 actually has said, like, he's really busy with the Vampire Diaries, so he basically has, you know, to do that before he even can consider about doing Scream 5. And also, Neve Campbell's pregnant, so if, you know, they're going to get her back, they're going to have to wait until she delivers her baby. And furthermore, since Wes Craven pretty much is kind of going on vacation with his wife for Scream 5, if we're lucky.
You know what I would love for Scream 5? Even if they didn't bring any of the cast that we know, if they didn't bring Wes back or Kevin Williamson, I think they could pull off a Scream 5 with a different director, different writing, because then you bring in new writers, new director who could be possible fans of the series that want to make a really good sequel. And it could be a fresh start for the series and for new writers and directors, different characters, new characters and everything. And make it a fresh start with the series.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of down with that, just as long as that, there's no mention of any of the other characters that survived throughout the Scream movies. If they want to have the deputy that, you know, was with Dewey, Mara Shadden's character, if they wanted to have her, that's fine, but I don't think they should even mention Dewey, Gale, or Sydney. Those would be mine.
I think if they go with the concept of the copycat, they're going to have to mention them. Don't, like, you know, mention them a lot. You know, just say, this is what happened in Woodsboro, like, this many years ago, and that's it.
Yeah.
A little thing, not like a huge thing where it's like, Sydney's mentioned like 500 times in the movie.
Yeah, but that also, you know, kind of proves my point, because remember in Final Destination 2, the fact that Devon Sawa didn't return, and they just said, you know, he got hit in the head with a brick, and it's like, that explains how he died. You know, there's like very little films that actually don't do that.
I gotta say, I'm not so much against Scream 5, but I just don't want it to go to Scream 6. You know what I mean? There's got to be a limit, you know. I just don't want it to...
They're just going to do 2 trilogies, and that should be it.
I don't want to see it go downhill, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like...
I mean, 4 was pretty good. 4 was... I watched them make 4. It was pretty awesome.
You know, even if they make, you know, if they say they do the second trilogy with Scream 6, and they decide, okay, we're going to do Scream 7, it just depends on the writing.
Yeah.
If you make good writing, if you write a really good script and you're really wanting to do it really well, then they can pull it off. But if you're just wanting to throw a sequel out there, like every year type of thing, and just, you know, make money, then don't do it.
More about the story than the money. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And that's,
you know, kind of crossover. Oh, go on there.
Oh, I was going to say, that's kind of why I can't see where Scream 5 would go, except if they were to just, you know, redo it and basically just have a bunch of new characters, because, you know, where is there to even go after Scream 4?
But, well, there really isn't. I mean, I would rather see a different, new characters, new fresh faces. I would bring Kirby back, because Kirby, she is kind of new. I mean, she could possibly be the new Sydney in a way.
Yeah, I liked her character, but I didn't like her character as much as Rose McGowan's character in the first Scream. I like Tatum a lot more better.
Tatum is awesome. Rose McGowan's character, she's like my favorite, besides Sydney and all that, like the main ones. Like, from them, Tatum is like my favorite character in the Scream series. But Scream 4, the most likable character in my opinion was Kirby.
I actually thought the second killer was the most likable. The Macaulay Culkin's brother. You know, I really liked him just because of the fact that, you know, how he's always trying to get with Hayden Panettiere's character, but you could never really figure it out.